Okay. On Tuesday, we talk about the UI design. So here we will review one more time about what's the UI design. So basically, it's the process like getting the user interface of a software. So nowadays, the software, including website for like desktop, then we need to consider for the tablet or cell phone. So we are trying to maximize the usability, also the user experience. And most important that we need to our well-designed UI is try to enhance the user satisfaction and increase the usability and foster the engagement. So also sometimes the trend, and I mean, need to study a lot. So we'll see. When you design a system, so we need to consider first thing is the vision, like the visual design. So because when we look at it, so everything included, like all the characters, colors, patterns, backgrounds, like what kind of forms, all the layouts, how you organize your content. That's like how you represent to the user. And then we will consider what's the interactivity, like what's the interaction, how do they interact with it, like if it is a button, how the user going to like click on it, or is there any slider, so we need to scroll or like move it horizontally. So are we going to can we drag it, or can we press the certain button to change it, or how about the menus? So sometimes the menu is a drop down menu, or it's just like it's a sidebar menu. So everything will be we need to consider. Okay, and one thing we need to be like be careful is about the consistency. We cannot say, okay, I like this page is one color and another page have different design. Okay, so try to uniform the design element. So we try to create and let users say, okay, we are here's the website, or sometimes the app is like representing the image of the company and all those. And then one more thing is the feedback. See, the feedback is like when we click on certain button, and especially when we need to waiting for a response. So when you have called the loading indicator, so you see the circle is there turning and then moving, or if you click on certain button, if you need to wait, do you have a pop-out or confirmation to letting the user know, okay, they just waiting for the server to process it, or they already successfully submit certain things. So that's what you need to consider for the UI design. And more about the, let's say we have the input control. So it allows the user to communicate. So when they with the products, so when they entering the information. So those input control can be like simple, just a button or a checkbox, or sometimes more complicated, like the drop down menu or the touch or text field. So all this will be the input. Okay. So most times, and then we have some like information of like components. So they will provide the information. Maybe how about the icon, talk about the icons before, how about notification, it pops out. And also the progress bar. Sometimes like if you want to showing okay, they have 5 page or 5 steps, and then every time when you move, they have showing which page, or they're moving the progress bar. So they were showing, okay, when are you already finished half of it, or almost like 90%. Okay. And all the tooltips, so all this will be familiar informal components we're going to use. And then the navigational components, it is important is helping the user to knowing like if we are selling products or we going like page to page. So sometimes they we lost real actual location, then we need to have a navigation, help them to, we call the wayfinding element, like do a slider, search field, text, or breadcrumbs, or all these that facilitate the user engagement. And most of the time, we need to have a point the location, let's say from the home or from the showing category, and then subcategory, and then the actual products. If I need to go back to the previous page, should I like click on the menu, or I have a location bar, like the breadcrumb, then I can click on it, so I can go back to my previous category. And try to create everything as a container. That's it can help us maintain our UI like organized, and try to group all those like similar elements, or they belong to let's say it's a form. Then we will create a container as a form. Under the form, maybe we have the multi-line address. So we will have another container like to contain all the address, like address 1, 2, and then the zip code, city, county, all these things. And it will be better so for display. So it depends on the screen size. Right now we need to detect or make it is do they access through the website, or is tablet or cell phone. So based on this, then we will reorganize the container, so it will be easier to address. In the lecture, showing, okay, if we have the form, the application, so there's a form I need to input the address. So if we detect it is address have multiple line, then okay, if we know it's a desktop, we can make it like maybe in a row. Okay, but if we knowing, okay, it's the cell phone or tablet, then we need to make it change to, okay, every row have only one element, then it will be better. So it will be easier to read. Here showing you some, let's say we have the Amazon. So the purpose we talk about, because we need to look at it. So Amazon, we need to have a easy navigation and search functionality and product filter. So right here. Okay, Amazon. Okay, so if we look at Amazon, how do they design their UI? So most of, because we look at the user, because this one is to purchase a product. So you see they will locate the search bar. Sometimes we put the search icon in the like kind of corner menu bar, so they let the user to click on it. But because we know for Amazon it really rely on the searching the product, so they will showing you I let you to have an easy way to like search other products. Sometimes they will put the categories. So this their website's main purpose. Okay, and then because they want to let you easy to find your product, sometimes they will use a lot of banner, like put some popular stuff like bestseller for different category. Let's say toy, game, kitchen, dining. So maybe for day life, and then clothes. If you are using the cell phone, then if you are using the filter, they will record everything you say. Then they will also recommend the things you searched before. So it's more like accurate. Okay. And then if you look at Instagram, so I think maybe you look at this. So they have an intuitive like navigation, and then they will mainly be on the gesture interaction, and then they have clear like call to action button. So depends on the service you're providing, and then your application will change. Okay, and even Amazon too, like if we change to a mobile phone like we use, then we also have a really huge search bar. and it will need to looking for certain products. So it will like showing different suggestion. So you will see they always they put the searching bar on top. But if you open your Instagram, and then your Instagram mainly they care about is the views you're looking at, or like your friends, like what kind of like story did they upload. So you will see. So when they design their products, then you will able to know what's the main what's the goal of their app, like what they want to promote you to do that. So they will be their future features. Okay. So let's say if we are looking for Netflix, most of people they will watch on your cell phone, but also sometimes they will they're using their tablet to watch their movie. So and so they need to decide, maybe they have a grid layer to browsing the content. So they were showing like each movie or like a drama. So they upload, so you can click on it, and then we just have a side menu so they can search it. So that's how do they design. Mainly if you know the purpose, then we need to think about the principle. So usability. So we try to ensure the user can achieve their goal and easily accessibility, like for all the users, and then including those like disabilities. So if we need to really being helpful, then we can provide certain extra function, and then user centered design. So really focus on the user needs and preference for our design purpose. That's what we need to think about it. And taking Spotify to Spotify, we talk about the system like itself, like the system architecture. How do we handle the database? But how about the front end? So because we need to let the user to listen the music. So here's the final goal. Okay, maybe we have other features. So for the web layer, we need to think, okay, what are those users using web, that means desktop. Okay, and also maybe they want to have their playlist and then quickly to play, and then they want to have a recommendation of music they want to listen. So I want to easy to access to my playlist or search for a new song or get some suggestion. Okay, then I do not need to make it really so complicated like layout. So I want to really clean. And then for the app, so maybe I have a navigation bar, easy to search it, and then I have a library. So if you look at the bottom of your Spotify, so you see, okay, I will able to find my save the library, like the playlist I have. Maybe I can edit my profile, and then mainly is the first page, and then you can play. Okay. And also, do you support any like gesture, so you can easily swapping like page to page or switch that? Okay. How about the tablet? Because for the tablet, then you have a larger screen, it's like bigger than the cell phone, but smaller than the desktop. So in between then, how do we going to display the content? So are we using exactly the same, or just remove part of it? So that's how we need to like consider for the layout. And then we speed view like browsing and listening simultaneously. So maybe I can listen some music, so I can see a player information, but also I can able to search for next song. Okay. And design consistency. So when we talk about consistency, if you think about Spotify, okay, what's the color? First, like the color. So we always say black and green icon. So every time when you see the icon or the shape of it, then you will quickly like first say, okay, it's Spotify. Okay. And typography, so it's like the fonts. So because we always, it's readable. For something else, maybe you can choose like really special characters, like special forms. But for user usage, we always like put really common or easy reader, so readable forms. Okay, and then iconography. So we need to choose the icon. So like we can make sense like consistent. Also, it's like it's kind of the common. When we look at the icon, we can read the message, or like we know what is this icon used for. Then we do not need to put like title and then other information. So if you some of you may be using like YouTube Music, Apple Music, or Spotify. So when you click on the icon, you will see we have a home and then switch, search, and then your library. So and they will pop up maybe your recent playlist or something like based on what you listen, they will be showing okay what's new release from, and then they will come some recommendations. So you can just scroll down, okay. And they will help you to create some like different pops up categories so we can listen. So when you search, they will know, okay, we always put the search bar on the top, and they will also recommend you something for you. So here's the feature. Once you start to play, it won't affect you. So for the if you're using a cell phone, so the once you start to play the music, so it will hide in the bar or the bottom. And then if you want to still searching for some music, yes, you can still do it. If you click on the bottom, so it will enlarge the player, so you can see the album cover and then your title, and then you can like start to play setting, connect to your maybe some speakers. Also, you can have lyrics, like showing the lyrics. So even the layout, they try to make a little bit. If you did that using the Spotify, you see they will show the title of the lyrics, but they didn't show it. So you need to scroll down, and then you will see all the information, all the related information of that song. Okay. So why sometimes they just like let the lyrics like come out a little bit, because then okay, in the bottom I still have something, so I can like scroll down, I can still looking for details. And what the feedbacks like if you searching for some songs or like for loading, so they have a loading indicator, so they will know the music. Oh, okay, it's loading, or there is a message like text message also like playing indicator. So this one, you know, okay, why not this button is you're playing, so they will change to pause button. So you need to pause it, you click on it. So you can, if you want to play the music again, then you can click on the same button. Or you can set up the alert for new music I release or playlist update. So all these things is like thinking. And when for the Spotify, let's say I need to design all these things. Actually, they need to doing user research. So you need to know because like for your project for you may not do all this, but at least you need to mention about like how can you get the data, or like design your system, why you want to design your system in this way. Okay, so maybe using like data analytics or like some user feedback to refine the UI. The functions, also the UI or UX user experience, like based on the feedback. So, okay, and then we'll do the A/B test. So we will have a different version of features and testing user like determine the effectiveness, and then continuous updates. So we will like have a regular updates based on user preference or industrial trends. So usually, once sometimes it's because the OS like maybe the Android or the iPhone, they have a new OS, then they need to update their mobile app, because sometimes the OS has new features, new functions you have to support. And then next is right here, user research is about the research, like there is this take study to target user and their requirement. So we have various like method to get their insights or their opinion, sometimes their behavior or needs or motivation or pain point. Especially if you are like entrepreneurs or new startup, then you're helping to solving like new problem. So we should try to like doing the research like to inform the design process, ensure the final product meets the actual needs of the user. It's really common. It's like I thinking user need this, and I think the user want this. Okay, or sometimes when you propose it, okay, this is a good idea. But when you really release it, if you didn't let the user to test it or like to get their opinion, they realize like, okay, maybe you launch an app, you're thinking this is a good feature, but actually when the users start to use your application, they will focus on another things. And if you couldn't able to meet the like actual user needs, then you lost your loss of customer. Okay, and when we try to doing user research, we have so many methods to do it. Like pretty common, we have like surveys or like questionnaire, so we can collect like quantitative data from large like audience. This we can do. And if let's say if we need to work on a UI or like music preference, usage pattern in a streaming app, we can design the layout, right? And the interviews. So most of the time will be like one-to-one. So you will let them like sometimes you good you have a prototype, maybe some vision or something they can touch. And then we can discuss together like collective like insight. So when we interview, so they will know okay when they based on their previous experience or the frustration of like current music app. So you can create a new feature. So you can attract it. So that's why there are different type of music app, and then they have different audience. Okay, so there are different users because different users they have their own requirement needs, or like they don't like spot. Some people they don't like Apple Music because a certain function they're missing, or like the YouTube Music. Then they will prefer that I want to have pure, clear, clean music player. Okay, or the library of music, or like the variety of the music. So all these things. And then focus group. So focus group is about getting a small group of users and discuss their thoughts on product or feature. So they will we just like focus on them. So they discuss about what kind of feature they would like to see in a music app. Okay. This is important for the app. So when we develop, so which type of user and then those group, so what they belong to. Then maybe you're targeting on the teenagers, or maybe like some working business. If you're thinking for travel, if my app is focused on then or driving, or like how can I make sure okay the features, buttons, the UI is like easy to access or like large enough I can click on it. Okay, or how can I let the user switch to song, change to song easily. And then about the usability testing. So we can observe like their user interact with the prototype. So we need to create a prototype to let us like to have a demo to the user, and then they will able to see like okay based on the existing product, and then okay what's the issues. Okay, so they can we can observe the user how they navigate the Spotify interface, and then where they look at the page, how they like if they see this design, how would they interact? So then we can encounter like where they encounter difficulty. That's what we can do. And then analytic review. So we will just like based on data from existing user interaction. So we'll understand okay those the behavior. So maybe most of users you realize okay they always not able to click on the buttons. Okay, then we'll know maybe the button is too small or the space not enough, or when we define the buttons, like because if we defining the whole box, just imagine it. If there's a button, if I make the button is like 3 columns. So 3 columns when they too close, like if there's a border in between, should I add a border so they won't like kick them in the by mistake, sometimes like this. Especially because the phone, why not even the screen size is getting bigger, but maybe it's not big enough, or sometimes when we're using one hand to control, maybe it's not easy. Then we need to think about those design. Okay. And all this, like we can review like how the user engage the, like, let's say, a playlist, and then with the Spotify. Okay. So all this actually is the benefits, and what we want to bring is that what the actual needs, and then what's their preferences. And then we try to reduce the risk of product failure. Always knowing what the user wants, it will help us like meet their requirements. Because we always has a gap, like for producer, like, or like for developer, when we try to create something new, we are thinking what they want. But you say, okay, this is a good feature, but turns out when you release your product, sometimes they say that's not they expected or what they need. Then this cause a failure. And also for certification is like engagement. And one thing is like informs like design decision. So based on real user data. So we always have support why we put the form size like this, why we put the searching by in this location, why we need to put the like recommended information in this way. So all this is a benefit. You hear the term we call the A/B testing. So A/B testing, we just say so we call it speed testing. So it's a method to compare two versions of like web page, app, or like features, determine which one is like perform better. So for this one, is like, do you prefer A or B? Okay, so it can optimize the user interface and making data-driven decision based on their interaction. So we have called the A/B testing. So for the A/B testing, first, like, what do you want to click? Okay, so you want to like have a like click-through rates, conversation engagement. If you want to increase the user to create a playlist, right? Okay. Then what do you need to do? Try to create two versions, A and B. So the everyone want that. Maybe also for the version A, we will have a create playlist button. And then for version B, we feature like more like permission like cover button. Okay. So if we making this, then we need to, when we move on, we just like segment the audience. So random assign some user, either like user version A or version B, to ensure they the like unbiased like result. So after we doing testing, deploy the both like versions simultaneously to collect the data. Okay. And what we need to do just to monitor the user interaction. Okay, so with the certain period, and then like predetermined like period, then we are able to know, okay, maybe most of user and like getting which kind of return result, and we can analyze it. So compare the like the matrix, like the conversion rate or user engagement between two versions. Okay, maybe using icon is more people, more user to click on it, or like query list is less, then you will know, okay, then prefer icon. So then we are able to determine which version have a better performance based on the statistics. Okay. But sometimes like when one version shows a significant improvement, then maybe we can like consider implement like permanently, or but if like the results are inconclusive, then maybe iterate on the design and we test again. So actually it's the period. If you need to release like certain features, like new function, or do some modification, then we will do the testing. So this one doing A/B testing is help us to get a really clear evidence, like, okay, for this design, why is A not B? Why B is not A? So we really optimize our UX type based on the real user behavior. Okay. Also reduce the guess assumption, because we are not going to guess anything. So we try to get from the actual user data, and we are continuous the improvement. So we know, okay, most of our audience love our like simple designs, and then they prefer icon more, then we stay on the icon. But also we can observe from the most of the maybe the existing surface, like the maybe the desktop view or mobile app or similar competitor, then you will be able to know, okay, maybe in the industry, most of them they are using this way, so they do have some reason. So it can help save the time. I will let you have some like discussions. So we can discuss like, okay, if you're the Spotify user or if you did use before, you don't know, you can look at it. So do you think it's most effective you like? So do you think they can attract you like prefer let's stay on using Spotify instead of using like Apple Music or like YouTube Music? And how does the like Spotify UI compare with other music streaming service? Okay. And what's the important or key point when you the accessibility is in the UI design? As the user, you are the one like the directly using, so you are the real user, but also as a if you are working as a software developer and then design your system, so working for it, also you need to think about, okay, if I'm the user, because sometimes it's easy to say I think it's good, but like as a point of view, also we need to know the levels, like the groups. Okay, maybe for teenager they already get used to like doing in this way, then okay, then we don't have to educate. But when we change our UI design, then do we need to educate our user? Sometimes yes, if something is brand new, then maybe we have to do that. And maybe sometimes if you try to install an app and then they will pop out some like for the tool like showing you which maybe what's the functions and then what's this buttons belongs to. And I would like to show you one thing for you. If you're interested, then you can use, and also they will show you the guideline. It's called the Figma. Before I go back to here, and let me see if I have the Figma. Okay, right here. Last time I talked about the Adobe InDesign, you can create the layout. Also, you can use the this one. Figma is also is the pretty popular design app like for you to design the UI. So here you will see, okay, if your first time I just create an account, so you see we have the tool is showing, okay, so right now it will pops out. So jumpstart your design with the UI key. So you can like close it or try it, and then you can click on it and it will pop out some like tell you how to do it and export. Okay, if you're interested, let's say I want to work on the iPad, the iOS 18, and then this one, and then I can look at the library or the active views, like the here the views. If I want to, I can insert it. Okay, and let me enlarge it. Okay, so here is the views. Okay, and then if I finish the setting, then I am able to like play it and see the page. So you can do the presentation. So you are feel free and welcome to use all these layout to showing, okay, so all the pages and maybe doing presentation like website. So maybe for your design system, maybe using a web page, a desktop page or cell phone, then you can use all this feature. Okay. And you can try to, if you're interested, you can look at it. Okay, so it's the name, let me type it right here. It's called the Figma. Okay, and actually it's more advanced, but you can look at actually Figma itself also have an AI. So once you create the view, you are also allowed to they will help you to generate some certain like source code, so you can test it. But for advanced level, then you need to do it implement by yourself. And just as a closing, and we just conclusion, the UI design just essential for our like engagement for the user experience. So with knowing taking like Spotify, and it's like it's an example like showing what's the according different platform, because Spotify will not on app, tablet, or desktop view. So it's the different. Also, we need to know the actual user needs, then it's crucial for, as I said, for the UI. And so far, up to here is all the about the information of the UI design. Let me know if you have any question or interest about the UI design. You can ask me. If no, then just like let you know earlier, I will release but why not if you look at I also create the groups for the projects, so you are feel free to create the groups. I would recommend maybe maximum maybe around 5, and later right here for the group I will post like the requirements, so you need to submit the topics and also your project plan. So that's what you need to do, and submission, and then later you have a new assignments. Also, I will release it, and you do have the same around 2 weeks to complete it, and give you some exercise. And so that's it. I try to make the our PowerPoint short. Actually, we do have the lecture, but when my voice when I getting better, then I will go back to the lecture. So okay. Okay, so for the groups, right here you should able like go to communication groups, and then you can choose. So when you click on it, you can like join by yourself. So I allow you to like okay, so you are feel free if you I will recommend like around 5 students, because like for our students we have around 20 something, and so I know some of the group maybe want to have larger group or small group, so maybe I recommend around like 3 to 5 students, so like 3 to 5 students. And you can join of some of those, like if you could not like contact other classmates, then you can like make a group and then ask if who are willing to like join. Okay, so I need to bring like purify students in a group. Okay. Okay. And you should able to see you can join it by yourself, so you can like join to the group, and I will release the project. So mainly I want to see is that you need to tell me the your project title, and then what's your plan. So like the first part, if you remember, because I did right now I cover the UI design. So far will be the basic like start of the design system architecture. So what you need to do is, let me see if I change, and you can follow the project guideline and submit. The first one should be your planning, and then how can you get the user requirement. So you're feel free to using different type of method, because I understood maybe you are not able to get all the user requirement, because for the getting requirements, we will do the same. Actually, it's really similar with the UI. So I just read here, so you can see the study case. So for the user research, we will when we get a requirement, if you refer to the PowerPoint, we will like talking with our customer, and then put the use case, draw the diagram, and then put a flow and to get the signature. But of course, we are not in a like working as a company or business, so you are not really required to get the signature, but you still need to like pretend it. Okay, so if you want to pick a topic, because I'm using Spotify and Uber for a case study, so I'm not letting you to choose, but you are feel free to choose anything, like some existing apps, and then you can like propose certain special features like the basic based on what they have, and then you can add some extra functions or create new UI. Then you say, okay, originally, let's say Spotify set this function, and then if I want to add this, I'm going to change their whole UI or like based on existing one, or extend their design, like make it consistent. So that's what you need to do. And if you don't have any other question, and I will just stop the class right now. That's it for today's class. But I know when I changed to this, some of you are online, but when I changed it to some are like attending to the class, maybe not that convenient. But I will try my best to do it. And do you have any other question? If no, then I will stop the sharing, and you are feel free to leave. And also upload this video to YouTube and share to audio. Okay. If no, then I will stop it.